Welcome everybody that's tuning in to Where in the World. This is our Southern India week. I'm really excited to be bringing you a virtual tour of Mamallapuram in Tamil Nadu in the south of India. I'm personally excited about that because I haven't been there for almost 30 years, and it'll be a nice stroll down memory lane for me. Obviously, I'm sitting in for Sarah. She usually hosts these virtual tours, but I will be your host today. I'm Reed Cohen from Imprint Tours, and we do have a Southern India tour scheduled for November of this year. So we'd love to have you join us if you'd like to. I'm joined by my two Indian colleagues, Chetan and Lalu. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know, it's evening here in the United States and quite late in a couple of places, but early morning on Friday morning there in Southern India. The way the program is going to go today is Lalu is going to be showing us around his hometown of Mamallapuram, and he is a local guide there. Chetan is just sitting in like he did earlier this week to add some color and commentary and to help us out if we have any difficulties. There are several things to see in Mamallapuram. First of all, the shore temples. That's where Lalu will begin. And then we're going to have a little special treat. He's going to jump into a tuk-tuk. And I say that's a treat because that is a quintessential part of the Indian experience as far as I'm concerned. He'll jump in a tuk-tuk. We'll get to see what he's passing by as he's motored up the hill to Arjuna's penance. And then if there is time, to the 5 rathas. These are ancient stone carved monuments there on the hillside of Mamallapuram. I don't want to say too much about that. I don't want to steal Lalu's thunder. That's going to be his specialty. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything goes well and that the Wi-Fi or the phone signal is good throughout. But if it isn't, we'll just be patient here. And then just to finish up with our housekeeping, tomorrow is our last day of the week, and I will be doing at 11 o'clock Pacific Coast time a PowerPoint presentation on the actual Southern India tour. So tune in tomorrow for that if you like. Otherwise, I'm about ready to get started here, and I need to surrender control of the Zoom to Lalu so that he can show us what his phone is seeing here. Let's see, make host. And Lalu, you should now have control of the Zoom, so you can set that share screen so that we're seeing what you're seeing. By the way, while Lalu is working on the technology there, I have Somnathpur Hoysala temple behind my head today on, here we go. Nice, Lalu. Well, we're seeing a nice picture of your son, I think. There we go. Okay, you definitely want to turn your phone horizontally now.
So can I start now?
Well, you've gone back to the 3-tile screen. I don't know what happened. It looked like you had it set up properly. We were seeing you sideways. Can you do that again, whatever you had done? Because right now it's all 3 of us on the screen again.
Okay. That's right now?
No.
Or shall I do another one? No.
Do the other way. Okay. We're seeing your screen, but again, I think that's probably your son on your screensaver there. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, except that we're still seeing everything sideways. So just tip your phone. You shouldn't have to do anything more with your settings. You should just physically turn the phone sideways, please.
So now shall I start now? Can you see there?
Yes, but you need to turn the phone. Don't change anything about the settings. There, beautiful. There we go. Now you can start.
Okay. So good morning, all of you. And this is Lalu, India, Mamallapuram. And now we are here, a shore temple, the temple on the shore. You can see this is the Mahabalipuram beach, where the temple very close to the sea. And that's the shore temple. So the temple, what you can see here, it's one of the oldest temple in South India, one of them. And the temple was built at around 780. That means 1400 years old.
Wow.
Actually, they built it same like there are 7 temples over here, and 6 of them, they all are washed away by the sea. And once is left here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a single stone. Those are a structural one.
You're saying
It's built like
these are carved from a single stone?
No. It's a structural, which means they built it like a stone by stone by stone.
Okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah. And the temple was the earlier time, it is the temple dedicated to the main Hindu gods, Lord Shiva.
Up.
Can you see right now?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, yes. Sorry, the technique problem. So this is the temple belongs to Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. And you can see so many Nandis are there.
Okay, tell us about the Nandis. Why are they significant?
And Nandis, it's a bull. We call Nandi is a bull. It's a vehicle of Lord Shiva. So if you go any Hindu Shiva temple, you can see the bulls are there.
Okay, you say that's the vehicle of Shiva, right? So Shiva rides on the Nandi?
Yes. And so many bulls are here. Basically, they're not from the same spot. They all are found around this place. When they're doing excavating time, they get a lot of bulls. They're collected, they're decorated in front of the temples.
I see.
And this temple over here, which is founded 28 years ago from this place. Before it was buried by sand, they just excavated recently.
So this is where one of the other 6 temples stood.
Yes. And this is the front of the temple. I'm just showing you. Yes. The sunlight is behind the temple. That's why you can see a little dark. And it is a very beautiful temple. So you can see there are so many sculptures has been eroded by the sea.
Mm-hmm.
The carvings are not so much clear.
Okay, we're seeing you now, Lalu. There we go.
Now people stop to go in because of the corona. Before
Right.
the people are allowed to go inside. This is the beautiful view of the temple. You can see inside how to walk. And I can show you one beautiful statues of a lion. See, this is the Chinese influence line which HSC. The cheetah look like a dragon style,
Yeah.
and that's the animal. It's a deer which has given sacrifice to the god. See, head has been cut it.
Now, this temple was one of the early Chola dynasty temples.
No,
Is
it's
that
a Pallava dynasty.
Pallava?
It's a Pallava dynasty.
Is that the dynasty that precedes the Cholas, or did the Cholas not come to this part of India?
And then actually they ruled this place, but they didn't identify any carvings here.
Okay.
Just like just under control ruling, that's it. But they didn't do any sculptures here because already the Pallavas done a lot of good things in this place, so they are not spoiled it, so they well preserved it, this one. So this is the background of the temple, and the temple have two faces. One is facing to the sunrise, another one facing to the sunset. So this is facing to the sunrise.
So out toward the sea then,
That's
correct?
a Shiva Lingam. That's the Shiva Lingam that represent from Lord Shiva. When sun will become up, the light will be flashed in. So before the people started to pray here. The same carvings behind the temple that facing to the sunset also. Actually, Mahabalipuram earlier time, this is the Mahabalipuram earlier time. This is the a trade center from the Pallavas.
Now, the reason that I had thought that this might be a Chola dynasty temple is strictly because you can already see the basics of the Dravidian architecture here. You know, this is clearly
Yes.
centuries earlier than Tanjavur and Trichy, those famous temples there. But you can
Yes.
see the beginnings, and so that was my assumption about the Cholas. But would you agree that
No, this is
you can see the beginnings of the
this is
Dravidian
we call a
architecture?
pagoda. This is a pagoda style.
Right.
Pagoda. It's a style of Burma actually. Burmese. Those days they have very good relationship with other country, Pallava dynasty, especially with the Chinese. So we call this is the Chinese type of architectures. But Pallavas trade with the Chinese a long time, and there's one of the best friend for the Pallavas Chinese of the traders.
Okay.
And that's why also the meet happened in 2018 in Mahabalipuram. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese presidents Jinping, they've been here.
Oh.
Because Pallavas has very good relationship with the Chinese, so they want to bring back that relationship again here. This is one of the very good example for traders. This is the view of the background of the temple. So every 2 years once, the temple cleaning by the paper mache, and they're taking a salt breeze out of the temple.
Have they put any sort of protectant coating on there to protect it from the salt spray in the future?
No.
Just
They
cleaning.
don't do anything, so just cleaning. Once they clean like a week, then they remove back it.
I see.
And there's some lighting here also. The lights in the night time, you can see the lights. Those are the small lights are there.
Do they illuminate them every night? Is every night is it lit up?
Actually, yeah, it was before the Corona last year.
Right.
It was lighted over there. Up to 9 o'clock, people are allowed to go inside. But
Right.
after Corona stopped it, now the timing system changed it. So 6 to 6, morning 6 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And this is very interesting to see here. This is the boat jetty, the part of harbor. Earlier time, the trade happened, so the big ships stay on the sea. They make canal to bring a small boat inside. So this used to be the jetty.
Oh, interesting.
And there we have a beautiful garden over here. And see this smaller rock over there, and that rock's having a cave inside. The smaller caves inside the rocks, there is also carving inside. And those are smaller rooftop restaurants on the seaside. What I was talking about, you Mahabalipuram, very famous for seafoods.
Yeah.
And this is the beautiful beach of that. So these are the rocks here. This is the rocks over here. It was done in 1974 to protect the temple from the sea. And that was very used for us because in 2004 tsunami, this place was affected by the tsunami. So the seawater came up to the entrance, but the temple no damage because the rocks have saved the temple from the waves.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all familiar with the 2004 tsunami, but we always think about how hard it hit Thailand and Malaysia. But of course, India, the Indian subcontinent, is on the other side of the Andaman Sea. So of course it makes sense that you got hit there. I'm glad there wasn't more destruction.
Yes, but Mahabalipuram, everybody was very worried about the shore temple has been damaged by the tsunami, but God is great. It was well saved. No damage to the tsunami. But close to the Mahabalipuram, the 4 kilometers away from here, the place we call a Tiger Cave. In that place, after tsunami, they found some temples over there. The water came and removed the sand from there. Then they started to excavate it. So they found some temple, a temple we call a Murugan. The people is called a Kartikeya, the son of Lord Shiva. The temple's over there. So they was founded. It's one of the good things tsunami done for us. And that's like a lighthouse. So this is the second gate over here, and we are just going to the main entrance. This is the way to come to the shore temple. And see a lot of gardens over here. 1984, the UNESCO has declared Mahabalipuram their World Heritage Sites. After 2002, they started to develop over here. Before that, if you be in Mahabalipuram, you can drive a vehicle up to here. Up to this place, you can drive a vehicle, you can park here, then you can walk to the shore temple very closely. But now it's all stopped. They save the pollutions. Just go park outside. The vehicles not enter inside. And these are the small trees over here planted. And this is we call Indian almond trees. Can you see the almonds?
So almonds like we know them, or no, those are huge.
Yeah, this is the Indian almond trees. Not what you're using this, that's the difference.
Okay.
This is different.
Are the almonds edible? Do you eat them, or is it?
Yeah. But very soft. This is very soft. And there's a smaller shops on the sides. A lot of shops are there, and that's the way to the beach. People who not go to the temple, they can walk from the fencing directly to the beach. And that's the beach for the public. You can see in the evening time, a lot of crowds. Now, most of all the shop has been closed because too early. This shop's business normally in the evening time. A lot of green and a lot of trees over here. And this is the summertime. That's where earlier also you can see sunshine.
What is the temperature like there today, Lalu?
Today it's going to be maybe like a 36 or 37.
Ooh, for our American viewers, that is well into the 90s, the high 90s.
Actually, we have 3 weather conditions: hotter and hottest.
Yeah.
So
I like to say hot, hotter, and nuclear when I'm talking about India.
nuclear, someone will be scared, so that I don't use the things. And that's for a tourist. These are the washrooms, clean and neat washrooms for them.
That's
And
always
having
important.
a board here who they don't have a guide, so they can have a small informations. They're having 3 languages. This is the Tamil, Hindi, and English. And that's a board here, Mahabalipuram. What else to see? So we are almost reached to the main entrance. This is the main entrance to the temple. Yes. So now we are going to the tuk-tuk. And now right now the tickets is not giving by counter. Online ticket is going over there, and that's a ticket counter. So you can buy the tickets here, and you can use to see all the places in Mahabalipuram within one tickets. Yes, we already reached here, and there's smaller head shops here. You can see a lot of people for a hot. You can wear it, and yeah. So I like to introduce you. He's Mr. Jalal, and he's our tuk-tuk driver, and he was a lot of experience in this town. So this is his tuk-tuk, one of the popular person, and he will take us to the sites in Mahabalipuram.
I'm glad we're doing this.
And that's
getting a tuk-tuk ride is just an essential part of everybody's visit
yes,
to
yes.
India.
This is in the tuk-tuk. They have these pictures. What are going to see in Mahabalipuram apart from the monuments. And that smaller building over here, and that is a tourist information center. Tourist information center. And this side you can see there's a holy tank over here, the temple. In Mahabalipuram, we have one of the Vishnu temple, the temple festival time. The ceremony will be started in this temple. It's very interesting to see. It is happening at the end of February. So now we're going to the and now we are at the main streets in Mahabalipuram. So this is our local bus station. The temple is the Lord Vishnu temple still active. What is seeing right now? That's it. We reached to the Arjuna's Penance. It's not very long to drive here.
Okay, we're having a little bit of a hard time hearing what you are saying, Lalu.
Now we are in the Arjuna's Penance. not too long to drive. It's very short. This is the Arjuna's penance.
Yes.
What we saw, the pictures, beautiful.
So for those watching, if you couldn't hear what Lalu was saying, this is Arjuna's penance, or the descent to the Ganges.
Yes, this is the Ganges, and this is the one of the second largest bas relief in the world. And this is made like a carvings which come out. You can see the center part. It is a river Ganges. When the heavy rains come here, the water coming center of this mountain and fill up this place water. That's Arjuna, the man who's standing by one foot, picking both arms up. That's Arjuna, the hero of Mahabharata. And he was doing meditation to Lord Shiva to get a weapon from him. And next to that, the tall guy, that's the Lord Shiva. And he's giving a power to the Arjuna.
Okay. Can you maybe hold the phone a little closer to your face, Lalu? Because we're really having a hard time understanding what you're saying now. It's a volume issue.
Can you hear me right now?
And it's still pretty soft. So perhaps you said it already, but can you explain to us who Arjuna was? Why is he important in the Hindu literature?
Yeah, can you hear me right now? The volume issue. I think so.
Now, was that part of a temple complex there where the pillars are?
Yes, yes. It's only one piece of rock you can see, all in
Yes.
one stone. This is a cave, what we call a rock cut caves.
Right.
Let's go up there. There's another one which is we call a Krishna Mandapa over there. Now we're going to see that a butter ball.
Oh, yes. This is one of my favorite memories from Mamallapuram. Krishna's butterball.
So can you hear me now sound?
It seems to
The
be a
sound
little
is
better,
okay
yes.
now?
Yeah.
So this is a bas relief. What you can see here, the center part, it's the Gangas, which has come down, the river Ganges.
Right.
When the raining time, it's so beautiful. You can see the water coming center of this mountain. Imagine how it would be. Wow. Another things you can see here, smaller one, the monkeys are sitting with the family. They are picking a lice.
What are you talking about? Monkeys? Are you talking about carved?
Monkey. Yeah, carved. The stone
Okay.
carved by the monkeys.
Yeah, I see them.
Picking a lice. And that is one more thing to see. They're having a stone slide, which is 1500 years ago for children to play.
Wow.
That is this one. See?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Especially for children to play.
A little slide.
Yes, it's so deeper actually, it was buried by sand. And that is also one of the carvings we call a Ganesha Ratha. It's this beautiful things you can see is carved at one single stone, and they mixed it 3 different style of architecture. The top, it's a stupa, center Dravidians, and columns are Roman. It is built at 6th century, 1500 years old.
Wow. And this
And
one
now
is carved from a single piece of stone, right? Monolithic.
Yes, monolithic.
Wow, that is impressive. Oh, I see the butterball in the background.
Yes. This is we call a Krishna butter ball. The rocks are starting a center of gravity. It's just touching the ground, 1.2 square feet of land and more than 250 tons of weight.
Wow.
And the rocks are faced with all the nature problems like a earthquake, cyclone, and tsunami. It's never moved it.
Still there.
Also, from the British, they tried with 7 elephants to move the rock, but they couldn't.
Well,
If you come to Mahabalipuram, please try to move it. You can go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad the British weren't able to move it. It's such a fun thing to experience, just to see it teetering.
No. Actually, they want to save the people. Maybe if they come down, it will be damaged. Maybe they can try not to damage anyone. So maybe.
Okay, fair
for
enough.
that reason also. That's the reason also.
Does Hinduism ascribe any sort of spiritual significance to that stone balance
Rocks,
there?
yes, the people believe this is the Krishna butter ball, which means the Lord Krishna, when he was smaller, he loved to eat butter. So he collected so many butter and he make a ball. The ball he was left here, and that's become a Krishna's butter ball.
Okay. Because I know in Myanmar, for instance, there's a boulder
Yeah, the golden.
that's balanced on the edge of a cliff, and they've turned it into a pagoda, into a temple, right? Because they feel like it's such a sacred spot to have arrived at that point by itself.
And I can show you the holes on the rocks. See, this is showing to us how to break the mountain. In those days, they not used a dynamic bomb to break the mountain. They put some holes on the rocks. Between the holes, they fixed wood inside. Then they drop a water on the wood. Wood expected all the water. Then it will be expanded.
Yeah.
The stone going break. And that's the method they used to see before.
Yeah, I know that's how the Romans quarried marble back in the day too. Yeah.
Yes. See, maybe you can see the rocks, how it's been shifted here. The rocks has been cut and moved by the elephants to build other temples. Before, this place is used like a quarries. So inside, there is a lot of things to see here. But now we are going to see the 5 rathas.
Okay.
So we want to go back to the tuk-tuk. So we start the tuk-tuk, then we drive from here to go to the 5 rathas. One thing's to know, everybody, the tickets, once if you buy here, the ticket valid for all the monuments in Mahabalipuram. Okay. Shall we go to the 5 rathas? Ready to go? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it.
Okay. Can you have a sound for build the temple?
Yeah, I was just about to ask about that.
The temple, that's a temple now, praying time. That's sounds. Anjana.
And for our audience, you had a glimpse of the Gopuram there, and there it is. There's the tower that sticks up there. Now you can perhaps relate to what I was saying about how the shore temple is clearly the predecessor to these Gopurams that were built then several hundred years later, but still the same
600 years old. All technical problems.
Tuk-tuk problems. Another classic Indian experience.
Yes, yes. Just give it 2 minutes. One minute, 1 minute.
So
This is the taking to the tourists to the to show the village side, how the farmers are using. This all a part of the tour, village tour. This we call a village tour, and we're going to take them to this temple also. It's very close to the Mahabalipuram, 15 kilometers away from here. It's more than 566 steps to climb the temple. As a Shiva temple still active, and this is we're having a newly museum that we call a seashell museum. More than 40,000 varieties of the shell you can see this museum, first in Asia. And this is also close to the Mahabalipuram, part of the sightseeing we call a crocodile park. You can see live crocodiles are there, hundreds of crocodiles in one place you can see. And that's a tiger cave. This is a tiger cave. In Mahabalipuram, close to the Mahabalipuram, a lot of things to see here. Not only monuments, etc. There is you can see the village tour. We take them to the bicycle tour also to the Mahabalipuram to show and cycling. It's good exercise. Who cannot drive the cycle, we take them to the rickshaw.
right. Is the beach an attraction as well? I mean, do Indian people like to come to Mahabalipuram for just to go to the beach?
Yeah, yes. It's part of the sightseeing, yes. Its beach is very nice, and sometimes a fisherman take them to the boat to the beach. That's we can doing. Sometime when the sea will be not high tide, so that time we can do these things.
So who is that handsome young man that we periodically see on the screen?
That's the tourist.
No, I know tourist walking, but the picture on your phone is a tourist?
Yes, the tourist is walking there, and there's a parking over here. Those are guides here, Mahabalipuram.
Okay. But I'm talking about every once in a while what you're seeing with your camera cuts out, and we see your screensaver, and it's a picture of a handsome young boy. I'm assuming that that's your son.
Oh, and for yeah, that's right. But it's good. But my wife is believe me that is not my son. So. Oh, yeah.
Well, who is that on your phone then?
Well, please, I'm happy to live with my wife. So.
Okay, so I'm asking a sensitive question. Okay, I get it.
No. I'm just make a fun for you. So we're taking a. Oh yeah. Okay. So okay, we go to the next place, to the butter 5 rathas. Oh yeah, that one. Camping is going over there from the next within 1 week. There is elections coming to Mahabalipuram, state elections. The registration is going a little tough for us. There's a camping going. Hamara time. This is a school, local schools for small children from local Mahabalipuram. They come studied here. They're teaching us how important water and how important educations and how important that trees to the rain at the drawing, and also avoid to stay from the corona.
Oh,
The painted and the
we all recognize
uh,
that.
awareness. Yeah, for awareness. Smaller technical problems, so we can change our rickshaw. So rickshaw is coming another one to take us to the 5 rathas. So we're just back to the bus stations.
I'm noticing the streets are cleaner, more
Yes.
well kept than what I'm used to in the north. Although I have to comment that has gotten better every time I've come back to India. But
This is the main streets in Mahabalipuram.
yeah, quite in good shape, I think, compared to much of the north.
They will place like a board here to show where you are going. Yeah, we just started to the rickshaw. You can get a bus from here to Chennai every 20 minutes.
How about directly to the airport or from the airport? Are there
No,
buses that
we don't
go
have it
direct?
directly to the airport. Not directly to the airport. You have to change the bus from there.
Okay.
And we're having a dance also from here every Saturday by the Tamil Nadu government doing a dance program inside this compound. And what we see here, they try to do the Arjuna's penance over here first, but the end they're not happy. They change place where we've been. This is like a practice.
So you're saying they started that one and then they weren't happy with it and they redid it?
No, they started from here first, but the end they're not happy. They change place where we've been before. So
Okay.
this is like a practice.
I get it.
This is all a small stone carvers. Stone carvers that live in Mahabalipuram, they're making the stone carvings. We will back the same way. So I can stop you there for a few minutes. The roads are very clean, you can see,
Yeah.
Not that much traffic. And this is a big tank on that is a water for this village, drinking water. And these are the shops that built it and donated by the UNESCO to the local street sellers, small shopkeepers. They're given this donated by the UNESCO. And now we are going to the 5 rathas. So we reached to the 5 rathas now.
I was about to say we must be getting close because we started passing souvenir stands.
So that is the 5 rathas we already here. So this is the monolithic, which is built by one single stone, entire things over here.
And the 5 rathas, weren't they like 5 brothers from the Ramayana or the other
Mahabharata, 5 brothers. Actually, it is not connected with Mahabharata. It's just 5 chariots over here.
5
People
chariots,
believe there's
yeah.
a 5. Yes, that's the 5 chariots over here. So I can just taking a smaller round of this chariots. There's a big rock over here. They cut it 5 pieces. Then they crafted 5 different chariots. So normal carvings, we go down to top, and this is came top to down.
Top to down.
This is where, yeah, this is the way how to carve the monolithic.
Right.
This is, you can see here, the hut style. Those we call Nagara architecture. That's a Durga. And we have beautiful Nandi, bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a style we call a Dravidians, what we call a Vimana. And see this beautiful elephant and the chariot, they look like same. That's we call a Gaja Prishta. Gaja means the elephant. And this is the stupa, which is the Buddhism style.
And now this is even older than the shore temples. Am I not
Yes,
right?
yes. Yes, this is 6th century. That's a 7th century. Shore temple is 7th century. These are the 6th centuries.
Right. So almost 1,500 years old.
Yes. And you can see that one small carvings over here. That's Ardhanarishwara. That means half man, half woman. This is also very interesting to see here. It was buried by sand since long time. Only 200 years ago, this has been excavated by the British, by Colonel Mackenzie. By the Colonel Mackenzie, they just found this one. The ocean is just like a 300 meters from here. And this tree, it's cashew nut tree. Cashew.
Cashews.
Yes, this is a cashew tree. And this is a palm tree.
So you've just walked around and you're just on the other side of the rathas, correct?
Yes, yeah. I'll just take you back around the rathas now in the front because the sunlight is opposite me. That's why I changed my directions. And this is, I just told you, Mahabalipuram is very famous.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Is your phone okay?
Just switch. Yeah.
You know, Lalu, if it's too much trouble, don't worry about getting the share.
No.
Okay.
I lost my phone down.
Yeah.
It was a little damaged, so Okay, this one, it's very famous for stone carvers. How they're making a stone carving over here. It's
Yeah.
all exporting for other countries. Mahabalipuram, very famous for stone carvings. See this so beautiful elephants.
But I'm guessing they don't sell too many of those to tourists because they'd have to ship them or carry them home and they'd be heavy.
Yeah, it's not going in your suitcase, of course, they're exporting to you for all the countries.
Yeah.
It is, they're having a lot of experience from the exporting. So they do these things. I'm sorry, the sunlight is not good for us because it's in front of me. I try as possible to videos. See this beautiful line over here. This is the French base of the Rathas.
Actually, we can see them well enough. That's giving us a nice idea of what there is there to see in Mamallapuram.
Mhm. You can walk by the sand here, or if you go walk from the top, also you can go. In the night time, there is a lightings also there. In the evening time, if you come, you can see on the light. Morning time, you can come visit inside, and the evening time, you can just see from outside. It's so beautiful.
I like the idea that that they're illuminating the monuments there because I always have photographers on my tours that like to do night shots.
Mhm.
Okay, have we come to the end of what you have to show us, Lalu?
Yes. Now we done it. We done it. We just be end here.
Okay.
So this is it. This is it.
Okay.
Mahabalipuram. Not this is it. Mahabalipuram. In Mahabalipuram, we have a lot of things to see. So what we've seen, which is the main things, or this is the main things to see in Mahabalipuram. A lot of things to see. Mahabalipuram, it's not finished it in 45 1 hours. It took like 1 day to visit. And apart from that, sightseeing, people to enjoy it. We're having a good beach and a lot of accommodations close to the sea. And we have a seafood restaurants also here. And we're having a taking to the village tour to see the farmers and villages. And we take them cycling. Almost we, by walk and the cycles we're doing. And also we take some rickshaws if they want it. And this is the Mahabalipuram. It's a World Heritage Site. It's one of the ancient places in India. If you enjoyed it, man, please come Mahabalipuram, have a look at Lively, and you can have more experience.
Well, thank you very much, Lalu. I for one, am definitely coming, and I hope I'm bringing some people with me. Do you
Sure.
think you can send control of the Zoom back to me? If you click on my image, there's the 3 dots that should allow you to send the control back to me.